Hi everybody, Paul here again. In this video, I'm going to show the easiest way to check the diodes on the alternator of a vehicle and explain why it's so important to know how to do this. So stay tuned. Something else that you need to be aware of about the alternator on a vehicle is alternators contain diodes. Most automotive alternators will contain 6 diodes. These diodes convert AC current into DC current, which is what the electrical system uses. These diodes act as a one-way door, which only allows the electricity to flow in one direction, which is from the alternator to the battery. However, something that a lot of people are unaware of is an alternator can have failing diodes, but yet the alternator will still show that it's putting out the proper voltage. In fact, if just one diode starts to fail, this will cause electricity to flow from the battery to the alternator when the vehicle is turned off. This means if the vehicle sits for a few days or even overnight, this can cause the battery to go completely dead and then the vehicle will not start. Most alternator diodes on a vehicle should read between 400 to 800 millivolts. If it reads over 800 millivolts, then one or more of the diodes is starting to fail, which means you either need to replace the failing diodes or replace the entire alternator. Most people will usually just replace the entire alternator. So here's how to easily perform an alternator diode test. Take a digital multimeter and set it to the continuity setting, which will have an arrow, a plus, and a volume symbol. This is also the same setting for testing diodes. Next, disconnect the negative battery cable. Once it's disconnected, be sure to isolate it and keep it from touching the negative battery connection. Next, place the black probe on the positive battery terminal. You must use the black probe or you will not get a reading. Next, place the red probe on the outer metal casing of the alternator. You must use the red probe or you will not get a reading. If at first you do not get a reading, then scratch the red probe across the surface of the alternator until you get a reading. As you can see, this particular alternator has a reading of 445 millivolts, so the diodes are good. The alternator diodes can also be checked by removing the electrical connections located on the alternator, or if the alternator is already removed from the vehicle. To remove the electrical connections, remove the main electrical harness and remove the positive cable from the positive connection. Once the positive cable is removed, do not allow the positive cable to touch any ground or you'll get a shower of sparks. Again, with the digital multimeter on the continuity setting, place the black probe on the positive connection and place the red probe on the outer metal casing. As you can see, this particular alternator has a reading of 475 millivolts, so the diodes are good. I hope you found this helpful, and if you like this video, please hit the like button below, share it with your friends, and please be sure to subscribe. God bless you and have a great day. Bye for now. And while you guys are working on your cars, I'll be trying to set a new world record standing on my hat.